Tips on how to think in English. Immersion. The quickest and most effective way to help yourself begin to think in English is to immerse yourself around people who speak the language. Put yourself in situations where you have to speak in English, where there is no way that you can communicate in your native language. When you are forced to speak English, it helps your brain to start to think in the language. Read. Read anything and everything that you can in English. Pay attention to the grammar and syntax of what you read. Read books in English. Even if you cannot understand every word, use the context of the material to figure out the words that you don't understand. Reading in English will help you get to the point where you can eventually think in English. Speak. Speaking with others in English will definitely help you to think in English. Even if you cannot find a native English speaker to practice with, try an alternative, such as talking with a friend who is learning English as well, or repeating English from online lessons. The words that you actually speak out loud will make you feel more comfortable, and as time goes on, you will notice that you are speaking without actually translating the words from your own language into English. Words or phrases cannot always be translated directly from one language to the other. This is why it is vital to train yourself to think in English so that you can speak the way that native English speakers do. Listen. Listen to as much English as possible. Watch English television. Listen to music in English. Watch YouTube channels in English. Listen to audiobooks in English. Watch the news in English. Watch vlogs in English, and so on. With the internet readily available, there are so many options for you to be able to listen to hours and hours of English per day. You can even listen to English while you sleep. The more English you take in, the more you will start to think in English. Know vocabulary. The more vocabulary you know, the easier it will be to think in English. You will not hit as many obstacles and will be able to think more freely. An easy way to learn and memorize more vocabulary is to write down any English word that you don't know that you hear or read and keep it in a book. It is proven that if you learn something in more ways than one, this will help it stick to your long-term memory. Writing things down uses your tactile memory. If you copy the word down and rewrite it 10 or more times, you will be able to recall it easier later. Be sure to look through your vocabulary book every so often to refresh yourself on the vocabulary you have learned. Don't let frustration overtake you. Learning a new language can be very frustrating. If you are trying to think in a language, frustration can be a major obstacle. Learning a language doesn't just take days or weeks or months even. It takes years of practice and dedication. Don't expect yourself to learn in an instant. It takes a baby a long time to speak his or her first language. It takes an adult even longer to learn a second language. Just be patient and enjoy the learning process. Be willing to go outside of your comfort zone. Tell yourself that you are just learning and that you are free to make mistakes. Let others know that you will gladly accept their corrections to help you better your English. Allowing yourself to make mistakes may eliminate a lot of the fear that you may have of communicating with others in English. The truth is that native speakers are not paying attention to the mistakes that you make. They are simply just communicating. Don't be shy. Take advantage of the opportunity and speak.